Today is Moiter Iyar. Shir in Hemshech Tofresh Ayin Beis Chelik Aleph. Dibur Hamaschil Anerai Lakecha Tofresh Ayin Daled. Sof HaMaima Be'omad Tof Pei Gimel. That's where we're holding. So we're holding in Beis Reish Lamed Tes. We're holding the siyum of the whole biur prior to the Tirutz Akushya. So we saw that the Indian of Hashpoah El Azulas, which is beklal the Indian of Aklali Sheba Elam Atikon, and with his Heipach the Matzav in Teihu. We saw there were two main factors: the Indian motivation or the koyach on the part of the mashpia to be mashpia shefa to the makabel. We saw the first one was that through the effort and the gear and the what you might call overlooking his own inyan and yerida to the makabel, which is a yerida and symptom atum legabi the mashpia. He reaches the neitzas hatchila, which is the kavana pnimis and the ultimate. That's what the biur of the sofa inyan is. Aber chaponim the mitesef a yisran Iyar in the mashpia alidei the saskis with the makabel. And we saw that in Adibo, when the mensch is medaber b'inyone divetor, in the etzem Adibo, after Belia Zulas, Bentayim, but the Adibo is a makabel agabi the higher koiches of the mashpia, and the father Adibo, is mo'erer, a sheresh alien, what that's be'em is the sheresh alien of Dibo itself. Alidei saskes with the makabel b'dibo, and therefore as mishchachim in the mashpia, also to protim in the seichel, which he didn't necessarily be mavchin behem betchilas hashpoah, even to the point that can even be ishchachas gemura, a recognition of a completely new inyan in the shefa, which he didn't beklau be some level as a terem hashpoah. So we said that was mitzad the Maila Pnimius B'Shorshav and Nevinyan Adibo. Beklaus with every makabel, and therefore we brought even a dogma from a Talmud, which is already talking about Azulas Chutzmi Amashpia. I have a feeling that the Ayin Beis are down here somewhere. I noticed them the other day. Maybe you guys got them already, didn't you? Maybe he's changed them. Oh, there they are over there now. Because the other day they were here. Now he's moved them over there. You see that? There's about 3 volumes of the Ayin Beis. We saw there was a mile of the Talmud, the Hamachkimes, the Srabai, Alidei, the Inin of Shailas, the Kushias of Berurim in the Etem Shefa, or that's the Inin of Oel Choizer, when the Mashpia, with that touched off by the makabel. And once again, it's mitzad the shoresh hagavoya or was nimta in the makabel. So in the Inyan of Dibo, we can say that that's the shoresh of the Dibo legabe the other koiches. But with the makabel, we have to say that that's mitzad the kavona. And that's what we're about to say over here. That is mitzad the amitis akavona, that he was able to go down and be metamtem esatzme lashpia. On the davki in that seif, he comes to the neitzas tchila. So that was one that we saw. However, in Reish Lamed Tes, we saw that inyan which was miachorei calls there even a deeper and more what you might call behind the scenes factor which is working in the whole inyan is the bittul and the wegleg. We saw the hanochas atzmusay legabe atzmusay in safe within the mashpia, and that means b'pashtus that when he's manir his atzmay decide to go down and be mashpia, that's not what he's looking for the taste of his oyer v'shefa, which is going to be mischadish in him. No, he's botel to the amitis hakavona shalamayla, that's the inyan and tachlis hakavona of the Ayin Seipur, of the Maitel Elyon, that it should be dafke the Yerida, even from Ashpur to the Makabel. On dafke alidei he's zeicha to that shefa which is nischadish in him. It's two inyanim. First of all, he's botel, and it's even mashma the belia bitl has there, then the other inyan won't be. If he's not botel to the amitis hakavona, then he's just looking for giluim, then he's not going to find them bermitias ayin. And he days there, well, that's the key which touches off that all the neitzes atchila in the makabel, what that's the inyan of the kavona elyoina, that reaches him and comes to what you might call almost b'derech sachar, after he's had the bittul to go down mitzad the emes hakavona. Now that's the maskana that we were reaching. We brought the dogma from the Eiras with the Kalim, that I did what the Eir is Yered, but Hakli, so then it's Eira the Amit Yeshurish the Kalim, but that's Lamailami and Eira, so that's the Shurish of the Kalim is in Mamish Shursham Hakodum, is in the Inen from Atzmasay and Seif Lamailami Eiras, Alidei there, there's Nimshach Atesa Fasoya, through the union with the Keli. Aber that's only because the oil went into the Keli, mitzad the Memsa bitl and the Hanochas Atzmusay in the oil gabi the amitis hakavana. That's where we're holding. And so we're holding towards the end now of that ois reish lamates. And we will start off with the sentence validation ishlam hakavana el yeino. It's about 2/3 of the way down. Alidei shenishlam hakavona al yeina alidei zeh bo hateis v'soyer alidei makabel shebo idavke yesh neitzes atchilo dahainu amitis hakavona. That sums up the whole inyan. That was a chiddush. That first of all there has to be the bittul, the emes, the kavona. That the etzem mashpur is mitzad the bittul, and that's what opens up the shiorim that it can be nimshach to him the inifantase of Asayah. Through the makabel, that in the makabel is the neitzas at chilo, that's the kavona amitius of the Reibish. In other words, no, it's chilosam, but seifan is only a function which occurs in the interaction at the inyanim between mashpi and makabel, or be'emes that is mitzad the kavona el yoina. In other words, that the kavona el yoina makes use of the whole cloud of neitzas at chila ba'atzol. In order that sof kol sof, there has to be ayin from chayes barotzen in the ashpur. Because we saw that we brought the lashon beneged to the yeridas ha'eres, but they hakelim we brought the rotzen beneged to Yankov Avinu that yorad mitzrayim onus al piha hadibur. We see that there's a certain onus that mitzad the kavana al yoino you have kilu no breira, but over that there has to be the yerida there but they hakelim. However, that's not the way that Ashpur is really meant to be. Ashpur is meant to be B'ribui Chayid, B'ribui Oyer V'Shefa to the Makabel. That's therefore Kilo to be Mo'eradin and a Rotzen and the in Ha'oras Ponim in the Inya, the Ashpur, there's that Inya of the Sakha which occurs that the Amitis HaKavona gives a taste of Asayr into the Mashpiyah. And that causes him to do the whole inyan, dafke berotzen, becheshek, v'chulu, the ganze ariches in the inyan. However, the start of everything is his bittul to the Esaka Kavana. And that's what he says now. The sheyesh ne'itzes atchila da'ainu amitza kavana. V'ateis v'soyer u'shemeiya boy chinas erein seif abli gvul. So what is the taste of a soyer? That's meir alidei the yichud of the earth and the kelim. Or that's it. There's meir the in van erein seif abli gvul. Like it's before in Siddur, beneged to the whole meaning of yichud. Nishama begruf, yichud zocher and the keva. Bepashtus ha'olam, that davke alidei, each one of them separately doesn't have the ability to be mamshik the amidas abli gvul. Davke alidei yichudum alidei what they're mishyached, one with the other, mashpia, one to the other. Alidei said nimshik the era abli gvul. But that's the in zocher and the keva lamat. That's the in the teildes adein seif, the in van heloda, which comes in an even from Gilu Ha'ayin Seif and goes Nimsha ad Sokol Adera Zini from Bleak Wool. And Lamaila does the in from Gilu Ha'ayin Seif, Mamish Gilu Era Seive, Gilu Ha'Bleak Wool, Alidei the Yichud the Eres and the Kalim, Alidei said the Mamshit in the Ha'Bleak Wool. Was in the Aveda, the Olam, that's also the Inim and Kiyum Matera of Amitzas, that do the Inim of the Kiyum Harotzen Ha'el, where the Neshama is poor on the Nefesh HaChiyuni is to be Mekabel the Mitzvah, to be Mekayim the Mitzvah, Davke Begashmiyat is Nimshat the Inim from Oyer Seif HaSeif Ko, Almin the Inim from Rotzen Ha'el in Amiti, it's Mavur in Tanya and all over. Instead, so they said, that's me. The way it's used, Moshe into the Keli, Gam Kamoishahu, Bidvekis Pim Koira, even the way the is in its mocker, meaning it's the Vekas in the Ma'achil, in the Eretz Araya, Phil Lamaila Miachilas. He said, Harizeh Buchinas Eir Mugbal, Hainu Buchinas Eir Pnimi. In other words, that even the Akav, which is Nimshach Biyad Achrei Tzimtzum, that's the Indian from Ak, Roid Lamaila is there, or that's Sokosov, the Indian of the Akav is it's the Shurish, and its whole Indian is a Penimi. It's all in order that it be Nimshach. All the Eres, me, Tzimtzum, Arishan, V'halo, all the Eres are Be'etzim, were Penimi. They're in. Is to be nimshach in the kelim, and therefore the inim biatzmom is penimi, and the makifim which are meir in the shausos are another inim altogether, and they're not really shad to the kelim. Now that's a inim which is makif called aishausos beshover. So there was the Rabbi Iyar, which is nimshach into the kelim. He is Sokosov, I feel a Beshoyer, and I feel als Dovuk Bim Koire. In other words, Mamish in the Kav. And the Kav is Dovuk in the Earth. Shalif Neya Timtum. He said, all of that is in van Eure a Pnimi. Va Kelim, Yedua, the Shorsha Merein Seifa, a Seiva. It's well known that Behelim, the Kelim in Yom is what they come from the Eure Sofa. I say, but the Kalim, that's already the Indian of Yesh, the Gabi the Indian of oil, which is the Ayin, the head of Hamatiyas. The Koyach of Lahavi says, Yesh, Me'ef, Ayin Woefes, or that's a Koyach, I say, in other words, the Indian of the Kalim, Shorshem is Lamaila Mi'a'iras Kidua. And that's in the Indian from the Rashimo, or in the Rashimo, how he is. A Rashima of the Erein Seif Mamit. That's the Milo, but in the Kalim it's a Indian of Helem. The whole even the Kalim is Helem. Picked us with the Yesh in Yoni is Helem. In the Kalim, the Erein Seif is a Indian from Helem. But in Yoni is the Eres of Erein Seif HaSeif called Almi. The Lochein HaKli, Hi Agula, Kamesh Kosev B'Mokim. Therefore, the Kli is an ogul, Kamesh Kosev B'Mokim Acher. But I must say, I don't know exactly where that Mokim Acher is, and exactly in welche Plätze das Mavur, aber es steht es Aloschen in certain places in cities that since the Shurish or the Kalim is in Sefer Kolam, and therefore the Kalim are in van Ogul. So, the way Kalim are van Atzilas, we're not talking about an Ogul Gashmi, we might, they called circular Kalim. Over the way it comes down Lamata, Bepashas, a Kli is a yin van Ogul, Vederiklau. A Kli has not the meaning van Agudias. We have to say that whether the touch that the Kli is Ogul, in other words, that's of course of his Megala, even though Inyan is Helem van der Ayin say, I say who call him, aber he's what you might call his Tziur, Gabi the Oyers, one under the Zine van Chema Vetsura. The Tzura is indicative of the Pnimis Ayin. And the fact that Tzura at a Kalim, the Gavi the Oyer, is as if he gulim v'yosha. It's as if he in van Adova, which is Gavi Yochel Makif v'ogul Gavi the Oyer, which is a in van Hamshocha b'der Oyer Yosha, in van how do you call it, Seder v'Hadroga. And we have to say that the Akuda is that the clay is ogul, is that the shefer and the ashpor and the kalim is not in even of Seder v'Hadroga, nor it comes in a even from Helem, and in a even from what you might call almost yesh mi'ayin. And that's what we see that the Alter brings in Tanya over there, and he goes HaKodesh, that the hashpor, the Oires, das ist die eine von Kabe als Pakeas, Aparse, V'chulu, aber die Ashpor von der Kalim, die are in von Helem, der Ashpor, into Oilem is bederach Helem, und von sie ist nimmt schon auch die Indien of the Yesh Sheba Oilem is. Weil die Oires sind die Indien von Bittel Sheba Oilem is. Und das ist die Indien von Ma'uban. That Ma'uban is the ene van the Gulim V'yosha in its shoulders. And therefore, we see that Mitzad Echad Kalim, they have in themselves also Pnimius v'Chitainiyas, but even that their poyo is in even of what you might call Bilti Ishtaushal. But even though the Ramak says that the Alter Rebbe brings it in the beginning of the famous Geras HaKodesh, chapter 20, that the Kalim of Atzilas from Chokma ad Yesod are in of Ilev Olol, so they bring to that. Of in them Gufet Kamadeyas or upon him Kamatziurim, what did he mean by that? What's the mind that they were? Because there's also a certain Ishtaushel in Igulim. I feel in Igulim is like the Ishtaushel. But the Alter brings it in the famous Maimon from Rosh Hashanah, the Yom Tov Rosh Chol Yeh Dort a ganze Bier, if I'm not mistaken, about the ene van Ishtaushel of Derek Igulim. Is by me, if we'll say that it's the Indian from the Ishtaushel in the Spheres, the Tavki Mitzad the Kalim, then it's also even from Igulim. Yesh Lema Azeh is Mashma. In Lekutei Torah, does it shut the Alter Rebbe's words over there in the famous Geras HaKodesh, which means that the Ishtaushels are not like the normal concept of Ilev Va'olu. No, it's called Ilev Va'olu, but it's a Tziur base in Ilev Va'olu. Each one gives out from itself in an even from Ogul. It gives rise to another Ogul, which has got a certain kiru to the Ogul from which it came. Over there in even like a circle inside a circle. It's inside the circle, but doesn't touch the other circle. In the circle, Shalamayla Mimeno. But that's what we can say that the Kavona, that the Kalim are Gudim, that their whole way of being mashpiyas, and not even that everything kilo comes out, Bali Nagia or Bali open kesher with the and that's what Sport considers that the hashpah from the Kalim is an ene from Dveikes built in the that's Sport Tomit considers that the Kalim are Dveikim, but they're not Dveikes built in the Kere. But that's ene from Igulim, that they're not Dveikes one to the other, but it's a Dveikes built in there. I remember that's what we could say, that therefore the Kli is Agul. He hadn't himself any from von Agula, being as he is in Eivov, yesh mi ayin and bilti nagiya b'derech seidish talsos haragil. V'amiti asher shor hi mi'atzmas ein. So if he bothers the koach yesh mi ayin and the koach lahamtzi and even from yesh mi ayin, wherever it comes from the atzmas ein seiv. V'alkein alidei yeridas ha'oyer b'hakli mitoisef boi oyer. He said dafki alidei, what the oyer goes down into the kli. Then, like we saw earlier, that the oyer, which in Yonah is gilui, he's megala wherever he goes. He lights up and is megala. So he's megala and he lights up and he brings a sensitivity to the sherish of the kli, and he's megala. But that inyan the atzmas ein seif, which is really hidden in the agulias of the kli. And remember, that's meir to him now begolui. And so, however, v'davke kasher ashpor he becomes beetle. In other words, there's two inyanim, and one is a tanai to the other. The davke when the ashpor is in that even from beetle, what the meat is, as he said at the beginning of the whole inyan of ashpor, the anocha and the avekleg, legabi the emesa kavana. Davke when that's the reason and that's the inyan of the ashpor. Oz davke mitoisef be'amashpir bechinas toisef esoyer al yidei ashpor. Davke then is that the reward, or the sachar, the motivation, you might call it, that there is in the chayis and the rotzen tov, the mashpir. Well, that's when he gets it. Or if he's not bottled to the emes, then toisefes, what he might even be expecting doesn't count. If American Toys, first of all, has to be complete and utter beetle. And then the whole Indian, he gets that taste of his well, that gives him what you might call a holy geschmack. It gives him a tov tam, and it's meir and lights up the Indian von oinig, bador. Now, then the ashpor is in an even amiti, but the oinig is mitzad the beetle, nicht mitzad because he's looking for oinig. No, the oinig is meir, the whole Indian, like it's mavur. When I get to the Ayin von Shabbos, that's a nicht a touch that the Mensch geht suchen Einig, and he wants us to have a Geschmack, how do you call it, menuche dicke Geschmack, that type of thing. No, the Einig on Shabbos is mehr, mitzad the fact that it's Shabbos lavari elekecha, and the Mensch is bottle, and he gives himself away. But bittul gomer to the Yemitis Indian, for Shabbos is mehr in him, the Indian that gives the whole inyan and the taste of Hasoya and the Gishmak and the Tov Tam. But it's a holy Tov Tam. It's a Tov Tam mitzad the Elikus. So as I come to it.
The bittul of the oar, is it to the Kli? Or is it bittul to the...
No, the bittul of the earth is to the Kavana Amitias. The bittul of the earth is not to the Kli. The bittul of the earth is to the Kavana Amitias. And alidei zeh, we bow to the earth, wherever it comes, it causes illumination. The earth sees the tremendous shorosh of the kli, and his nenem is there. And that's from that ashpor. Over the whole basis of everything, he won't get that. That won't appear to him unless he's bottled mitzad the kavanah. But may come to us that it's a tanai badover. That first inyan is like a tanai, and then the other thing is like a milui, the sachar, as you might call it. It's like a milui teisefes, which comes into the mashpia. But that's also ultimately for the sake of the ashpur. That every ashpur has to be barotzen or oinig or b'chaisik or kaitzah. That's meir in him als a teisefes inyan, but that gufa is moisifa ilui in the shefa, but not that it's just he's looking, that's his whole inyan. He's looking for whatever gishmak he's going to get from the makabel. And even because it won't go. Or b'sfiras the toyu, that's take the trouble. How it was in toyu. Or b'sfiras the toyu lo yoyu behem b'chinas abitl v'anoches atzmusay. They didn't have that inyan of being devoted to the Kavana El Yoina and giving himself away for sake of the will and the rotten of the Eibishter. Adarabah, Kol Sfira Yibukinas Teikev Hayeshes, Liais Bametziusai, Kamoishahu, Biatzmusai Davke. To be Davke the way he is, and as it were, to be Nana from his own Matthias Kamoishahu. who the Alkain Loyo Behem begins Ashpur Zelle, the whole union of Ashpur, it after had no such you're putting aside of the self altogether and realizing that you don't have any self only for the sake of what you can give over to the Makabal. That's why you have a self proclaim. In order that you should eventually be able to give over to Mikablin Lafia Mityas Akavona over the spheres into you, they will plead with the self. Those was they said no, why should we bother ourselves? Why should we be mutrad? Being Yonim Shalashpur. And how much more so was it because I should be a Makabel from somebody else. A Makabel. I got everything I could possibly need, and I have the Shleim Satzmusi. So is all what's that? Let him have what he's got. I got what? I got what I got.
How do you get Yeshus in Kesser Elder and High?
Yeah. So we'll see about that as we go along. There's going to be a whole big Riches Abiyah here. The whole inventory is even Gadlers, and Gadlers is other of a Siva Fashpo, we haven't finished yet. And what we have to say is that Ein Achanami, ultimately the Kasha is still going to exist. I mean, with all the Biurim, the Kasha is still going to exist. How come there was Ayin which was so high and it was so cold? Yeah, how it is, Lamaila Me'atzilas, particularly in Akudim and Nikudim, there are kolo be'atzmusay. I mean, b'midah ma v'day gedoyla, we come to us as a mitzvot zach. So we have to say that ultimately the pshat is that the oiros, being as they are oiros, in yonam is lehimoshek l'shorsham. That's the din of an oil, and that's a tremendous, in a way, how do you call it? Self-effacement, in the sense that you could have a lot from being begoloi, but you're not prepared for that. You want to be only with him. You follow? And that's a Bnei Aaron, not a Vaviyu. That was their whole even Aveda. That they didn't want anything else. They just wanted to be with him. And the Ebenezer and others learned that they went into the Kodesh HaKadoshim. And in Kodesh HaKadoshim with the Eish Aram, with the how they call it, with the Keteras, with the Keteras, even from Kesher and even from the Yechida, and you know. And there's a certain form, and that's what the Yerachim HaKodesh is Mari. There's a certain form of Yeshes, but we can't be masig that form of Yeshes. It's just beyond our ability to be masig. That there should be an entity that just wants to be only with the Eibster and is not interested in any other inyan, only Itoi Levate. And I remember that's what Moshe Rabbeinu said, be inyan zeh, Gedeli many of them, that's a man to Gizah. I remember when there's a work gets out of hand, then the Sphira says, what do you want from me? I want to go back only to him. I'm going to be mamish miyuchad and kol and mamish in him, in his absence. What do I need you for? You can be moistened, man. I mean, I'm going to be mamish one and only with him. What's the topic? I need to give you anything. I have to go to Shkema. I'm with him. I don't need to. Allah is coming for Kama. I can't get anything from you. You do constantly go to Shkema, because I'm going to get everything away from him. And this is a politic. And the Eivishter made it that way. He made the Torah should feel that way as a simon that the Eish Indian was there. Midaftach as they feel midday palm. Midafom as a Haragosha. We have to say, oh no, there is a Zah Haragosha. The law there, who Lord said. He doesn't want it himself. That's the answer to them. You guys want that yichud, and that's what you want. Or so he doesn't want it. That's not the ultimate. Kaviochu oinig v'hanua shalamayla. He wants to say. He wants. As I'll say in Berichuk Makim, like he says in Pasha Pinchas, Rashi brings it on the Pasha Satomi. Why is there written Sir Chatos La Hashem, She'omar Kodesh Baruch Hu. Haviu Olai Kapara, Shemiyatati Es HaYareh. Haviu Olai Kapara. Was it Miyatati Es HaYareh? I send it down there. Lamata, she has to go down Lamata. And this is Ayin with Satzah Kavio by everybody. And that's even from Anochas Satzmusay. It's not easy to put away. If our people say, just leave me to rule, let me live. I'll just be an Erech here, Anochas Satzmusay, do it. That's a form of Torah. That's a form of Torah. Some people say, Mashiach, tries to Makop, and Mashiach, and Gvura Shlema. I'm saying, this is Shul, and Mahadazheim, and Mitzvah. Just, why don't they get Tirah? It's one of the Drisha, and I said, I heard a statement from a certain personage a couple of months ago, a few weeks ago. It was in reference to Ayin with Beis from a certain Mason. He said, we talk about Yiddishkeit. We don't talk about Mashiach. Yeah, we talk about. I said, one in Islam, Piv Hichshila. Mashiach and Mamish, one of the Yud Gimel with the Sikh. He said, no, we talk about Mashiach. We talk about Yiddish, we don't talk about Mashiach. Will Slans geen kwach about dort als heel vol Mishigoyim dort. Ze zijn reden ze met tegen Mashiach. It's a matter that's exactly the same Nakuda hidden. Instead of saying, no, I'm with you, I'm doing everything you want. No, that's the way getting gas and schreien. We want Mashiach. If I'm those is my telling Kinder, Davki, okay, Loy Hoya by him, Kinas Ashpur, Zella, Yao Pihanal, Juven Mashkos, Vanerhi Hashem Ella, Kercha. The Hina Ika as Cholas Atikun, Humimaten, Teure. The Ika as Chola, the Hina Ventikun is from Maten Teure. Dari Mikoidem Hoyu Schnee Alofim Teuhu. Veachach Schnee Alofim Teure. And then the Schnee Alofim Yemoisama, Mashiach, and we're already holding in the Schnee Alofim Yemoisama, Mashiach. The Werte, die Geschrei from Yom El Yom. More and more chomo ad matzah. When? Adafar says the Rebbe Ika has cholas atikun hu mimatan Torah. So since we say that there's a shnei alofim toihu, a shnei alofim Torah or tikun, then why doesn't he just say that the aschola from tikun was from matan Torah? Why does it say Ika has chola? Well, that's because it's brought down in the Kisvei Arizal. And it's brought in Siddur that the beginning of the Shnei Alofim Torah was really from Avraham Avinu when he said Lech Lecho, and David just said to Avraham Avinu Lech Lecho, and Avraham Avinu went out into the way, and he went to Eretz Yisrael, Ela Oretz Asher Ani Arecha. That was the beginning of the Torah. Why is that Davki the beginning? We see that Avraham Avinu senior was Beetle Gomer. Avraham Avinu. This gefragt Gorish Kishum Shilas, he didn't even know what a Shilah was, before him, and he didn't know, all he knew was that he's got to do what the Eivishter heist, and that if the Eivishter gives him anything, he's got to give it to the Zulahs. It doesn't belong to him, Kishum Bailas Nit of Gornit, everything belongs to the Zulahs. Well, that's the beginning of Tikkun. That's as also says we go along. Well, that's the beginning of Tikkun. The Indian was Inter Hashpur and all those Inyanim. Avraham Avinu has got both of them. First of all, he's got Hanochas Hatzmut, Lech Lecho. Satan says, oh, that's only a beginning. because nothing actually came mamish begoloi. Of a matan Torah, the whole thing was of a yeriyera, avaya, even though it became begoloi lamate in the oil mamish, that alidei kiyum ha-Torah, then you can be mamish megala the atmas in them gashmi. So therefore, the Rebbe did the Ika as chola. The Arei Mekoidem Oyu Shnei Alaf in Toyu. What that means that there wasn't any gila of the oiris in the kelim, and there wasn't the inif and amshochas elokus lamata alidea kelim. V'achachach Shnei Alaf in Toyu shezov kinita tikun. V'zeh she'oma b'matan Toyu onoichi havaya elakecha. So it goes in two shlovim. He said first we got havaya elakecha, and then we got anoichi havaya elakecha. So he said the havaya elokim hu in oiris v'chelim. V'hainu liyesh yashvus ha'oiris bi'akelim. In other words, that havaya becomes elokecha, that the kelim literally they become miyuchad ad kedikach, with the union of the oiris, or the oiris become ad kedikach, miyuchad with the kelim, that havaya is called Hashem HaKelim, elokecha. That not for the sake of Torah, not for the sake of dollars or eres min hakelim. No, the Eibishter created Davka for his dwelling and his shevas. What shevas of Russian, his shasvas. For that reason he created it. Validei slabshas ha'ir be'akli, lahoir es akli. Davki to the hisaskes, but derech mashpia of the with a kli. And his Indian is to be meir es akli, to light up the kli, and to be megala, like we saw the Emes Shrerer. And the Emes Mocker of the kli, nimshak toisef es eir, mipchinas eir ain't safe abli. We saw that eir, which is nimshuk to kelim, no matter what madrege will be on, it's all inifan, sof kosof, inifan ultimately to be agvu. Schenken the inifan ablivu is moved on me ishtalshle legamre, and that's nimshuk davke through the yichud of the erzmente kelim alderavi the inifan zivug with the whole inifan that we pointed out before. V'zehu anoichi havaya elakecha. If there's already been havaya elakecha, then it becomes nimshecha anoichi alidei the yichud of the havaya mit elakecha. Or more exactly said, that the infant havaya becomes elakecha, it becomes mamsh miyuchud with the kelim till the kelim say it's ours and it's yours. Davke alidei said there's mishkala the infant anoichi. And then there's giloi b'chinas anoichi. Achamoy by Moshe Rabbeinu Atzmai sheish meyesh elef ragli ha'om asher anoichi bekir boyet. Moshe Rabbeinu he said that expression to the Eibishter dort in Pasha Bahaloischa. When they were asking for slav and for bosa and the other inyonim, Moshe Rabbeinu said, shleish meyesh elef ragli ha'om asher anoichi bekir boyet. So Taich Chassidus said L'mal Yusa. This is the famous Taich that Moshe Rabbeinu tained, and he said that since it's Ragli Om, in other words, that he's Magia ad the Inim from Raglayim, the Inim from Pashtus, and ad Lamata is Mamshik, all the Eres Lamata, or Davki through that Anoichi Bekirboy, but Nimshik the Inim from Anoichi Be Misha Anoich. Amamera Kenoida Mavur Makim Acher, the Davki through the Yerida into the Kelim and into the Makablim, or Davki through that is Nimshak the Anoichi. Zohu Gamke Masha Oma, Asha Hoiti Shicho, me Eretz Mitrayim, Hainu Yitzia, me Amitorimuga, Urim. That's one we had the Shaila at the beginning of the Maimah. Why didn't he say Anoichi Avakel, Asher Barosi Shomayim Be Oret? Ukanal. The ha'oyer mitzad atzmei, gam k'mo shehu b'chinas devekes bim koiroi, harei ze mugbal. It's all inifan, or hakav, or tzokos officer, or mugbal. Alidei ashpa, ba'akli mei boi b'chinas abli. Something wrong?
I'm just looking at the different
bits. Amamera davke through the reader and the ashpa into the kli, is meyer the in of the Arabli go. So, Asher Hoiti Sicha Me'eretz Mit Ra'im. Yeah, Davke through the Avaya Elakecha, through the Yerida of the Eretz Lamata into the Kalim, and through Matera, the Yerida Latamata into the union von Kiyum, our return a Davke Begashmias Oilam of Beklei HaOilam, a Davke Ali Dizet Nimshat the union von the Erabligo, the union von Anoichi, the same union is, yeah, Asher Heitzi Sicha Me'eretz Mit Rhyme to take you out of all the Mitzorim Ugvulim, all the Inyonim of limitation, but that's the union of the Erabli Vu precisely. Okay, now, Loinem Asher Borose Shomayim Vo, Ora, the Bria Shomayim Vo Ora, zu Beginnes Ora, Shabo Beginnes Mide Ugvul Lefiacha, Elam Hez. Vegam Betchilas Brias Oilam, Hoyu Shnei Elovim, to you. Yeah, there was also the union from the eras which weren't mamish miyuchad adayin with the union of the kelim. Or matan toira huliyo is beginning satikon. But that's union of the amshacher of the eras davki betoicha kelim. Ve'alkein oimer shahitzi sicha mi'eretz Mitzrayim gilu beginning ein seif habli. Oh. Davke through the yichud of the eras with the kelim, there was a union from gilu ein seif habli. Oh. One has to be medactic a bit in the Lashanas was ein kind of mochim since it's the siyum of the Maimer of everything is betatlas adiuk is Lachera. If we say that Barasi Shamayim Va'oretz, then the Alter Rebbe himself, it must be in the famous Igeres Kodesh, that the Bria, the Etzem Hisavet, על השמיים והאורץ, יש מסבס יש מאין, אבל das דווקא בכוח עצמס, das דווקא הוא לבד בכוח אביה חילתי. And then he says, no, the earth which was בראשי שמיים והאורץ, so that's a earth which is only האורץ שבא בבחינס מידו וגבול, לפי ערך האילם. So what does it do? I mean, לכאורה, the כוח ההביס יש מן Ayin woefes amuklat doesn't look mamish atzmusa. Was it? It's only oya shebol afiyera v'chulu. Mashein kein. You have the Havaya lekecha. That brought about Ayin from Bligo. That was Megal Ayin from Bligo. So we have to say that that's alternatively the meaning of what's called Ayin from Halbosha. And the union from Lamaila Mihal Basha, or what you might say, the union from Lavush and Lamaila Mi Lavush. Ulai, it's a philo, if we were in a slightly more, how do you call it, ad-lib mood, maybe we'd even say it's Hiya no Senas. That we could say that Davki the Atzmas, which is Mahava the Yesh Me'ayin, has to come Davki Begoloi Pulosa in a union from Lavush. Like we see that the Atzmas, the Odom in the union from Hailor, must have nimshal Davki through a tipagashmi, but oh, it's Mavur, Bahavi Makaimes. And Mamela, the Haora Shalafi Erech Oilames, which is Mislavish in the Oilames, hidden in that, and Betoichoi, and Behelam Gomo, and Behelam Godel, Betoit, that is the Nachanam, the Kocha, Atzmas Mami. Aber that's not a union from Giloi, that's not a union from Goloi Mamish. Niet legabe de mishave memeno, and niet legabe afil de element zelf, el yenim, legabe de kelim bechulu. Amamir, there's a mile in a union of gilui, elokus in an even for belief bola, albeit it's only a oil, it's not mamish the kocha atzmish kipshute mamish, aber it's a union from gilui, amamir, it's a gilui in an even from moitzi, hoitzi esicho, me'eretz mit Rhyme, and that's mamish begoloi to the Makablim and takes them out of all their meditas vagbolas. Oh, that's a mile, even the Atzmas that's hidden in Lavu Ora Hau or Hai, which is Mahava de Elam. In other words, that there's a mile in Giloi, Bligvu, Legabi Makablim, Benegvu, that's the Indian of the Nivroim, Afila Legabi or Achmis, which is hidden inside a lavush. I say that I learn the pshat. That's what the Rabbi means. Because you can always ask back. You can ask back Leido Kisa. In the far we say that this is the Biradova. Or wherever an Indian in Oirois is Begolui, like the Gabi the Makabal, in a way that lifts him out of all $100, well, that's got an unbelievable miler, even the Gabi Der, which is Mahavahim, which is Socha Sotik Kercha Atzmas. Or since it's Mahavahim and even Bilti is Galasetzloi, Adrabit, and even Takas Sahelem, in Levush, that's not a miler, the Gabi him, Kemoi Giloi, ha'oyer. Avino de'er is in a name from Beligvul. If a man nimmt wie sehr, that's what we have to say as the pshat. Oh, so even from the Osid Lovei, we have to say Eino Chaname. The Osid Lovei, Choyre, will be Begoloi, the even from the Atzmi. And that's what we see, that the Ike, Osid Lovei. If he come and Drushim, but this, the Ike is the Gufa Gashmi Davke. And that the Neshama will be Mekabel for the Gufa Gashmi. And all the Bechinas and all the Inyonim will be Mekabel Davke for the Myesh. It's an even further husband that Gufa will be Begoli with the Mekabel. And after became the Mekabel will not be bottled. That's another big chiddush. That's going to be Begilui Eitzel Mekabel. That's a design. So that's going to be the tremendous chiddush that will be Begoli Eitzel. After became he'll still be what he is. This is also Mavur in certain places. When I get to the pshat here, that's what we have to say. Matan Teire Huli Eish beginnen zat ik bij jou, oké? Oima shahit shikha me'eret mitzrayim gilu beginnen zat in Sefer Bligu. Bezohu onega avaya lekecha shalidei yichud oiris v'chelim. Yichud alidei that the oiris mamish yored b'mesiras nefesh into the clear miyachad until avaya lekecha. Bepinas Yashvus, Vagiloi, Bepinas Pnimi, Alideze, Anochi, Avaya Kelcha, May Giloi, Bepinas Anochi. Well, even though Anochi is sometimes connected also with Atzmas, we have to be Mechalik that Anochi here is only from Giloi Atzmas, but Ilu Shom doesn't mean from Atzmas Hulevate, das ist ehrlich. Kein Yeshleim of Derechas. Kitzer, Vamiti is Asiba, who heder Habitul. The Toihu, the Atzmas say, the M is the reason why Toihu is in an even from period. The M is in the Kuda, the M is a secret to all Hashpah is the in and a beetle to Atzmas say. Do you read this Elin Lashpia? Umitada beetle Amiti is a Kavona. That's the Yesod Amiti. That's the Tanai. Shetivi Lalaisla. And nonetheless he goes down in an even heder tivoi. As I'm Mekabel Alien, then through that he is zeicher to that toisefes in him of the oil which comes mitzad that neitzes atchila in themselves. Yored be'akli machmas habitel. Mitzvah hakavana. The etzem yirid is not mitzad there. The etzem yirid mitzad the inefem bitel. Uberotzain mitzad hergish ayisuk shepakele. But once he gets moving, then it turns on into a inef and rotzen v'chayshik mitzad the inef of the oil. Oh, but that's only mitzad the oinig of the emes beetle in them oil which is maya to him. Oh, but not that that's his whole inyan. No, adrabah. Amitius hatam is the inyan at the beetle. To the Mitzvah HaKavod. Remember, here it becomes clear that it's like a shiva mit a mesuva. It's like, as it were, a try and a kiyuma try. Of Shemaya boy beginnen zeer in Sefer Bligu, Sheirish HaKelim. Zo anoiche avaya lekercha, shalidei sheshem havaya bepinas ha'oya. Nimshach be'elikim, what that's in the kelim, who gilei bepinas anoiche. It's an automatic, it's a dover b'der mamela, that then is, because the oya is this megala, the oya tutus of kilo fazicha alain, the oya is megala that in it, and it becomes mishgala, to the oya. and Mamela causes Ayishon and Teisefes in the oil. Alright, so in order to be Mekayim, not Tchilos and Seifim with Tchilos, we have to start a new Maimah. Shata Dishma Yom Beis Techar Shvuos, Tofes, in Sibur Leichen in Lubavitch, in Amalek Zeit in Shvuos. What's a Kiton? That's already the third Maimah. We're only by Yom Beis. So it was the first night of Shvuos, then the first day of Shvuos, now the second night of Shvuos. No, I'm sorry, this is the second day of Shvuos. I don't know how many my mom's got to Ogiton.
Erev Chagash.
Huh?
Midbar was Erev Chagash.
Yeah, but Midbar was Erev. And now we have a Nosei, and this Pasha Nosei, well, that's, if I'm not mistaken, one of the longest Maimorim in the whole Sefer, you'll see. It's longer than all the other Maimorim. So in other words, everybody thought that they'd already had Shvuos, so we began right then. Oh no.
After staying up all night, after staying up all night, they got up.
Yeah, I'll come for him. Yeah, there was no messing around. There was no Rachmanis of Kainam. V'roishi ani, this is a pasuk in Koheles. Shlomo HaMelech says, it's in Perek Beis, pasuk Yud Beis or Yud Gimel. V'roishi ani she'esh Yisroin lachokma mina sichlus ki Yisroin ha'oyer mina. Shlomo HaMelech says that I saw roishi ani, ich hab das gesehen, that there's a tremendous advantage in chokma min siklus, from or compared to siklus, foolishness, shtus, ki Yisroin ha'oyer mina, similar, and this can be compared to the advantage in oil over darkness, or literally from darkness. But the simple taich is that there's a mile in chokma over siklus, just like there's a mile in oil over choisha. So as is halt gewaltige Scheile, Mamo dia Shlomo HaMelech b'chokmosei, and he's a roishi ani, that this is one of the special inyonim that he saw. Sichlus means shtus. Chokma means wisdom. Yeah, usage of the mind, usage of the high koyach in the mensch, was his ein seichel. Maika mashmala. That's taking the kasha. That's what the Rebbe had. So if you look over there, it's a very pelitic zah. It appears that the Meforshim, obviously not it appears, it's Bora. The great Meforshim were also, mutrodim b'shailazu, and the far Rashi learns that chokma and siklus are not referring to the actual, what you might call musik itself of wisdom or heipecha chokma. No, it's referring to a tzaddik and a rosha. It's referring to a tzaddik and a rosha, and it's not clear exactly what Rashi's emes pshat is, what we learned at the time. But he said, I saw the Ayishon and a Maila in somebody that he worked hard, and he was Monea Satzmif and all the Inyone Oilam, and he became a tzaddik, that there's a Maila in him, like Gabi somebody that he just followed and, went out to Taivas Liboy, Ki Yisron Oilmina. In other words, it shouldn't be just pure. In other words, it's like something we could say that it seemed to me that he's born in this Rishona, that maybe it's like and later the Rebbe is going to bring that Mishnah later in the Maimi the Mantem Mishnah in Pirkei Avos, where it says that Ma bein Talmidov shel Avram Avinu Talmidov shel Bilama Arosh. Was it the Chili? And so it says the Talmidim shel Avram Avinu Ayin Toiv Rosh Nemucha. We said this. This Talmido shel Bilam Arosh Ayin Gevoya V'Ruach Rechova. Die drei Sachen. And then, Talmidu shel Avraham Avinu oichlim v'olam hazev and oichlim v'solam haba. Talmidu shel Bilam Marala, lo yinoichlim v'olam hazev v'yerdem legehenna mit der ganze das anshe domim umira lo yechtu yemei. Once again, it was a big chiddush for them Mishnah. I mean, everybody in the sense of Bilam was a Merdik Russia, and Avraham Avinu was a grosser. Elachayid. What's the big chiddush dort von dem ganzen Duers? Aber lechora das ist der Skufe in der chiddush. The secret of the world and the secret of life is not to be what it looks at first glance, not to look for what you can get out of life, but look for what you can give from what you got from life, not looking what you can get out of life. And therefore, Ayin Shefela, Ruach Shefela, and everything is for the Avraham Avinu said everything he got was really for the rest of the world and for other people, and if he had any riches, and it was all for others. So he had what he needed, but he wasn't muttered all the day. So klar, and if he was noichlim, mashing in the Russia, what he looks, and he's got a big tafrit. He's got a big menu. He presents the Eivester. I said, you like this, and you like that. I mean, you understand, don't you? Eivester, darf das. He's got a big eye and a big concept of his necessities and his archovim and the ganze do it. Sof kol sof, that's the Eipach HaChaim that brings to who knows what Anshi Yeruv Shachas with the ganze do. We see that's Ayin with the Tana the Mishnah had to get out of his way to be Modia. He had to find a derech Modia sein the mensch, that it's not like you think that the Nachleben die Inyanim für sich in der Welt, nicht das in der Welt. Lo so hat der, and that's the derech of the tzaddik, and if you live noch sich, so, and that's what the Alter Rebbe is in Tanya. If you even think that you're good, and you think you're doing well, bist du schön auf dem Weg zu seiner Rosh. It could be that you're Rosh of a table, and the ganze do it. You're not allowed to do that type of thing. You got to do things only because it's rotten about it. Isn't that the simple message of Tanya? One of the simple messages. That's what Rashi means. That means a tzaddik. That means what he went according to Sichloi. Legabi the in from Russia, what he's a mentor, he went according to Eino. He's got big eyes. He's got a big tafrit. For the Eberster. He is from Mina. But that's got miles, mamish, kitanius, me, comes again to Metzudas David, and he says an amazing shot. The Metzudas David says over there that what is the taich? Why did he actually create sickles? Now, what's it do? Shtus in the world. Why should there be shtus? They should have created everybody's chachomim. Everybody's got seichel, and everybody's got high things in them. Make them lechatchila. They'll all be chachomim. So he's married. It's unusual for them to do. He writes a whole riches, and he says no, that the Eivster made the world. And how do we know the mile of a dover gavoya? Dafke alidei the metzias of the shofel mimeno. Or if we wanted for the metzias of the shofel mimeno, we wouldn't really know the mitzvahs a mile of the dover hanayla. And why did the Eivster create sichlas? Why did the Eivster create sichlas? We should go and run after the Inim from Chokmah, and that's why there's even sichlas in the world. The same thing, why did the Eivster create kosher? That we should know what oil is. Otherwise, it wasn't the emes of mile von oil. Davki ali day the hofuk, weißt du wie grace and wie tire, and wie unbelievable the Dover Hanilter. I say that that's a cloud. We find it in many places in the Gedele Amaforshim in Yiddishkeit become in Yonim that the Dover had called Loiko Kach Meshubach came into the world in order to be Moishe for a mile in the Dover HaMeshubach. זה לנתות למסורת טוב. אמר זאת הרבה, רואי שאני שיש ישרן לחוכם מן הציקלוס כיס נויה מן החייזה, וצריך לאהובו, מה הוא מודיע בזה, שיש ישרן לחוכם מן הציקלוס, שזה ידוע ובלקו, and that's the kasha what all the Mephoshim are busy with over there. ומה מודיע זויש, שלוימה בחוכמוסי, שיש ישרן, that they used it in the Iyar of Chokmah over Siklas, and he says, Roishia, Ani, das is a Iyar b'Chokmah Shloimeh, das a Meile, in Chokmah Shloimeh, was das a Mitzot Maat. ולהבין זה יש להקדים תחילה מה שנסבור לעיל סיבס הפירו דספירס דתיו, סיבו, that's כאילו the whole reason behind it. It's a דבר לא כל כך nika betchila, das ist der Sibbe. Der Toyu shaloi rotzu lekabel zemi, I'm sorry, the Sfirta Toyu, shaloi rotzu lekabel zemi, ze, v'gam l'ashpia ze, mitzad ha'shleima shehoya b'chol echad v'echad, v'hu li yesh the Sibbes ha'ashpoa. Once again, the word Sibbes is well known as adova nistar, loi begolui, mashe mashpia, מה שהמשפיע ילד ומצמצם את עצמי להשפיע הוא מפני שעל ידי זה מקבל יסון אוהר בספירת דתיו צד הישע שלהם היו בבחינת שלמות בעצמם שלא ימצא חיסרון בעצמם. He couldn't find anything that was lacking וגם לא ימצא יסון במקבל. He couldn't find any יסון in the מקבל שעל ידי זה יהיה בו תוספת אוהר. Okay, like we said, ultimately, like Ben Sir was medactic, but Chila, das Guva davon a Bier, das Guva davon a ganze Bier, wie kann das sein? So we're going to see by Hemshech Ayin that it really comes also mitzad Ma'alosim, how they were in Toyu. I was so close that led to Ayin, I can be with him and I can be miyuchad mit dem, was darf ich hoffen, die alle Riebrige in Yonim. אמנם עדיין צריך להבין, דהריון ומויצים, דבשפוע יש בייס איפנים. או א' שהשפוע היא מצד הביטל, like we just saw, these bottles to the emes הכוונה, והבייס שסיבס השפוע היא מצד הגדולה דווקא. דווקא מצד גדולה. that זה עניין von השפוע. דבייס מיני השפוע, אלו ישנם בקדושה גם כן. ירחי בזה, is forming the kasha. Why can't we say that in Toyu they were godel and they were doilim be'ena achmam and they held that they were taka gedoilim or moved on begadlusam and maybe they were taka gedoilim, maybe they were taka godel because it was oiris to Toyu. And remember, why couldn't we say that they would, on the contrary, they would be muchen lashpa mitzad gadlus? The Rebbe is going to be Mataya now later in this coming os, a whole amazing idea of how gadlus can dafke be a sibba to give. On takya, bli kilo mator. You know, when you give mitzad bitl, you're so bottled that you sort of, you've got a limit how much you can give. It's sort of not bli safe in the etzem hashpah. But there was git mitzad what he feels. Yeah, be'etzem gadlusi ve'oshrei. He doesn't know of any. He's just prepared to give. In an even, you know, bli kol matil arucha. Why can't we say that in two? What's coming in two? There was a yin of hashpah. Is a siman that there was something in the gadlus from Toyu that was monea afil azamitzvot shefa. So we're, you know, getting deeper and deeper, step after step, into the ultimate greatness of the Ashpoah in Kedusha. However, there's, like you very carefully noticed, still hanging in the air, this Shaila, what happened with Toyu? Why Takir? So we're going to have to sort of hang on like the donkey chasing the carrot. You know, you've got the carrot hanging in front of you chasing. We're going to have to keep moving, and that's the way it goes in this subject. It'll sort of gradually, we'll gradually come to the mitis Ayin. It should be all in from Spirit HaTiferes, Beis Hashem. Tiferet. When they became a chassid in Tiferet, he became a chassid in Tiferet.
Yeah. So.
Very nice. And the name is Iyar, yes. Yeah, it wasn't Iyar, yeah, Iyar, the Beis and the Kalim. Very nice, very good. How do you say, Lichtikanomen? Very good. Lichtikanomen for Lichtikakala, Lichtikamispochen. Okay, good guys.